First step in lowering the front suspension on a fastback, notchback or squareback Type 3 is to remove the front tires. Now, with the front wheels removed, you can now access the lower ball joint. You want to release the lower ball joint from your carrier. Remove this 17mm head bolt completely. Take it out in there, drive a chisel in there to open it up slightly, and then you can free up the ball joint. I use spring compressors to lift it up. Okay, bolt is removed, chisel is inserted, and from now you should be able to at least disconnect it. Next step, remove the shock bolt and disconnect the shock from the system. Okay, here I've got two spring compressors over the trailing arms, one on the front, one on the back, and with very little effort you should be able to see this ball joint starting to come up. What you're doing is you're compressing the bottom arm up towards the top arm to free up the ball joint. With the ball joint lifted clear, just get your setup out of the way, and then obviously using two hands release the ball joint. There, drop. Now release the spring compressors and get the ball joint fully down. Alright, with the ball joint removed, you will need to do something about the carrier pushing against it. What I tend to do, I'll put a piece of wood between the bump stop and the upper trailing arm. So I use a crowbar to lift the trailing arm, doesn't take that much effort, and then I put a block of wood in there. A block of wood inserted. The brake drum's easily clear, but it's much easier to maneuver things now when you've got two hands free, one not holding a camera obviously. You can deal with things. Now what you need to do is on the opposite side of the vehicle, you loosen that bolt. This bolt holds in the torsion bar for the tire, rim, brake drum assembly on the other side of the vehicle. So you come to this side, 15mm head nut, remove the bolt, remove the cover, do it on both sides while you're at it. Okay, I'm now on the opposite side of the vehicle. Numerous resources that you find will say to insert the original bolt back into the spline 2 or 3 turns and then drive it out to the hammer. I don't like doing that. I prefer using a much longer bolt, which I then screw in until it bottoms out. That way there's many more threads engaged, you don't stand a chance of doing any damage. I mean, you shouldn't anyway. And then I take a copper mallet, well used, and put a bit of effort into it, and you can see it is now breaking loose. What's good practice to do now is to actually mark the location of the trailing arm. You can see these two markings are not in line with each other. Those were from my first attempt at lowering the system. The vehicle wasn't low enough, so now I'm doing a second spline lowering. Alright, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Everything's released. I've put a new marking on there so these two line up. Because I'm lowering it, I'm going to move this ball joint up. So let's pull it out. There we go. And the drum's in the way. Okay, so it's hanging loose. Alright. And that's inserted. same place as it was. Try again. Pull it out, up one, same place, turn, push down. There you go, she's now one spline further down. And then assembly is in the same way, opposite way of disassembly. Start off by putting that one in. Correction, do not put that one in, as this will stop this member from coming out. So next movement is ball joint, shock, which is already off, adjust this side as well, and then fully reassemble everything. Alright guys, it's all back together, ready to go. Both sides have been done. For what it's worth, including the filming that I've done for this video, this whole job has taken me 1 hour and 10 minutes. So it's not a massive job. Obviously it's a lot more convenient if you've got a lift. Couple of notes to make. Ball joint boot covers. If you can't find new ones, just use the same from the bay window bus. It seems to fits for me. And then if you are as privileged as I am to be able to do this job on a lift, what I would suggest you do is come to the back, check your gearbox oil level. This is one job that gets forgotten very often, so I just try and make a point of checking the gearbox oil every time I get a car on the lift. Alright, I really hope this helped someone. I shall show an end result when I've got the car back on the ground with the wheels on, but now I need to do tappets and gearbox oil. Thanks for watching.